Cash Wegner on the mound currently looking pretty good compared to Ted Tesaurus. Just even in these warm-up pitches, as I believe we had another audio issue that we did not realize. Again, just like the first day. But so far, what has happened is Ted Tesaurus walked a few people getting bases loaded and then hitting, I believe, who was it? I do not remember who got hit, but he hit someone and then walked someone else to bring in 2 runs for Pleasant Grove. Second pitch hit into left field. Will be caught by the left fielder. Runner goes on third. Slides in for the 3rd run of the off of the sacrifice pop, unintentional sacrifice pop fly from Nash Clement. Now up batting,
Mason Henry. And after Mason Henry, it looks like
Ryder Huntsman,
yeah,
who we did see pitching earlier in, oh, I apologize, that was the other team that had a rider pitching.
that hit is fouled back. Mason takes ball 1, 1-1 count now. As just fouled back, and I believe right into the football field. As we can already tell, this game's probably going to be a long one.
I agree, as Arborview did have some struggles and against the same team, Pleasant Grove won by mercy rule 10-0.
As Mason Henry fouled that hit back to stay in the 1-2 count. As Mason cannot get any part of the ball, as it's going to be a strikeout now for Mason Henry to end the top of the first.
As Mason actually tipped that one, but the catcher still caught it.
Arborview 0.
As it's going to go to the bottom of the first.
As I apologize, Pleasant Grove beat Taylorsville 11-1 by mercy rule in the bottom of the 5th. And Arborview barely pulled out the win 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th, I believe, as well as barely pulling out the win 5-4 against American Fork who is in Pleasant Grove's region, but not not going to be playing against them in this tournament today. So hopefully with that standard, we can hope that PG wins against AF sooner or later this year.
Yeah, as this is also the last game for Pleasant Grove of the Red Rock tournament, and if Pleasant Grove does wins this game against Arborview, they go undefeated in the tournament, which is crazy as we're gonna see Keaton Nordic now pitching this game.
Third baseman, Jace.
Up to bat
DeSantis.
first, number 2, Jace DeSantis for Arborview. First pitch ball. Second pitch hit into center field, one hop to the fielder for a single.
Second baseman, Austin Long.
Now number 1, Austin Long up to bat. First pitch ball low.
As our scoreboard said, 2 outs for a second, I got confused.
Right on the inside line there for strike 1. Now a 1-1. Picked off at first. Throw is not in time. Picked off again. Throw not in time. Runner goes. The throw not in time, gets away from the shortstop, but recovered by the second baseman. A successful steal for Jace DeSantis. Strike 2, or sorry, strike 1. Now a 2, that was strike 2. I don't know what I'm on. A 2-2 count now. It is an inside ball, full count. It is fouled off to the left. That is hit into center field. The throw brings it into the center of the diamond, getting a single. And then moving Jace DeSantis to third base. Now up to bat, we have number 5, Landon Bois?
Boyus, maybe? I don't know.
The I is before the S, so. I was calling him Landon. That just barely gets past the second baseman to bring in 1 run. Now a 1-3 game for a single for Landon. Now Jace on second. Next up to bat, we have number 25,
Designated hitter.
J. Alex Scuggs. First pitch outside, ball 1. Inside, ball 2. That is hit to the shortstop. Throw is in time for the double play. A 6-5-3 double play for Pleasant Grove. I apologize, that is a 5-4-3 double play.
First up, Devin Martin.
Now we have number 4, Devin Martin, up to bat. That is high and in, almost had his head, having to duck to get out of the way of that one. Strike 1, now a 1-1 count. Cut and a miss for strike 2. That is back to the pitcher. A 1-3, out number 3 for Pleasant Grove. Coming into the top of the second, Vikings in the lead 3-1.
After 1 complete, Pleasant Grove 3, Arborview 1.
Now up to bat, number 7, Ryder Huntsman.
Leading off, number 7, Ryder Huntsman.
First pitch fouled back, 0-1 count. Second pitch out and to the right for a foul ball. Strike. High for ball 1. Now a 1-2 count. And on deck we have Nash Bennett, number 11. That is high out. Now a 2-2 count.
Number 11, Nash Bennett.
Now we have Nash Bennett, number 11 in the box. And on deck we have number 8, Drew Smith. First pitch, ball high. Second pitch, ball low. Now a 2-0 count. And a balk is called on number 3, Cash Wegner, as the ump goes over to Steve.
Honestly, really the biggest thing I've seen from Arbor view this game, the biggest thing for them that they need to fix for this game if they want a chance to win is, I mean, we've already seen it the first inning, the top of the first, they did a pitching change.
I agree, yeah.
And I mean, this pitcher's been doing good. Don't get me wrong, he's been doing good, but I mean, just the pitching in general hasn't been the best for Arbor view.
I agree. I feel like that could be one of the main reasons why they have been having such close games so far, with only their 2 games played being 2 1-point wins, 3-2 and then 5-4. It could have been their pitching that really brought those scores closer together. As you were saying, Zane, in the top of the first, having multiple walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 2 runs given up is a big thing for Arborview. As actually, I apologize. Wait, never mind. I don't know what I was trying to say. Don't worry about that. That one hit foul as well. Now a full count. And that will be ball 4 for Nash Bennett, bringing runners Ryder Huntsman on second and Nash Bennett getting to first. Now up Drew Smith, number 8. And on deck we have CJ Anderson, number 22. And with what you were saying earlier, Zane, a counter argument is with Pleasant Grove, as we've seen great batting performances from them, as well as really good pitching performances from, like, even the first game. Van Haney pitched the entire game for
Yeah.
the 5 innings that they played, only, or not, or, yeah, sorry, giving up 1 run in the 11-1 win. And that will be a double play for Arborview, the, I believe, 5-4-3.
6-4-3 on the double play. Bringing to the plate, CJ.
I apologize, the 6-4-3. I completely got the third baseman and the shortstop mixed up. The 2-0 count. Now a 2-1. Fouled off to the right, just going over the Arborview dugout. Now a 2-2 count. And that is hit for the point, bringing Pleasant Grove to 4, as that a triple for CJ Anderson. Coach Henry told him to stay at third. Amazing performance for CJ Anderson, as we have seen thus far this year, bringing up Brad Farr to the plate.
Number 37, Brad Farr.
That is inside, almost hitting him for ball 1. Cut and a miss for Brad, now a 1-1 count. Ball high, now a 2-1 count.
Brad Farr just has to get this ball in play to bring CJ home.
And another cut and a miss, swinging for the fences, Brad Farr. Now a 2-2 count. As well as 2 outs on the board. The pitcher steps off to take a little second. It'll be ball out. Now a full count, 3-2. And a cut and a miss. Drop third strike, getting him out at 1. Up to bat first, number 15, Colton Christman. Second pitch hit into center left, or left center, sorry, for a single for Colton. Now up to bat the pitcher, number 3, Cash Wegner.
Right fielder, Cash Uyghur.
Shows bunt will go foul for strike 1. Going to be an 0-1 count. Cutting on a miss for strike 2. Strike 3 looking for Cash Wegner. Uyghur, sorry. up next, I believe that is number 17, Michael Reed.
First baseman Michael Reed.
Yeah, you were right.
Picked off at first, runner is safe. Just missed on the left side, ball 1.
As that pitch is high for ball 2. 2-0 count now. As that's ball 3. 3-0 count now. As Keaton is going to walk number 17, Michael Reed. Put runners on first and second.
Now to bat number 13, Tegan Russin.
At the plate, Tegan Russin.
First pitch shows bunt, pulls away for ball 1. Strike 1, now a 1-1 count.
As honestly, it looked like that pitch might have been a little inside. As he moved out of the way a little bit. So, I don't know. Only when a batter is out of the way, I normally just think it's a ball, but.
Ball low, now a 2-1 count. And on deck for Arbor View, we have Jace DeSantis. Strike 2, now a 2-2 count. Cutting on a miss for strike 3. That is a swinging strikeout for K9. Now Jace DeSantis at the plate, and on deck Austin Long, number 1. That ball is tipped for foul ball. An 0-1 count. Shows bunt for strike 2. 0-2 count. Runners go. Called a hit by pitch. Got him right on the elbow. Did not seem like it, but umpire calls it. Now bases are loaded. Now at the plate, number 1, Austin Long with Landon Blias at on deck.
As it looked like Coach Henry was gonna go up to the umpire and try to argue the play. It's really funny because I feel like with Sheldon's just staring at me, but
Cutting on a miss for Austin Long. Strike 1. Strike 2. 0-2 count.
yeah, it's really funny because I feel like every time he goes up to the ump, he's like all serious, and then like 2 seconds later, he just starts laughing.
Inside ball 1. Hit to the third baseman, tags third for the out. Now, bottom of the second, or no, what am I don't know what I'm talking about. Still 1-4, Pleasant Grove leads by 3 coming into the top of the 3rd inning.
For Arbor View, no runs on 1 hit, no errors.
Up first batting, we have number 1, R.J. Wilson, as well as a new pitcher for Arborview, number 16, Josh Teal.
Number 1, R.J. Wilson.
First pitch outside ball 1.
For outside pitch, ball 1.
Second pitch, strike one. Now a 2-1 count. To the center field. Center field will bring that in for out number 1. Now on, now up to bat number 12, Noah Brady. For out number 2. Now batting at number 6, Nash Clement.
Honestly, I kind of want to see Vake Wolfgram back in it. I mean, think about it.
Clement.
As that strike one reeled it to center field,
Yeah.
like far. And I mean, he's only a freshman. Varsity, which is crazy.
Yeah. Wild pitch inside.
The same score going into the 6th inning. He might switch the entire lineup again.
Back to the pitcher, tries to barehand it, cannot get it. That brings in a single for Nash Clement. Now up to bat.
Mason Henry. When that day comes when Mason Henry gets a home run, my life will be changed forever.
The first baseman, Mason
If you haven't been able to tell by
Henry.
now, I think Zayden really likes Mason Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Foul tipped to the parking lot. Almost hitting 2 people walking in.
Mason now in an 0-2 count. As after Mason Henry, we have Ryder Hudson. Catcher checks to first. As Mason moves out of the way to take ball 1-1-2 count now for Mason Henry. As Mason Henry hits that straight to right field, as it's going to be caught by the right fielder to the end, the top of the 3rd. Pleasant Grove still in the lead 4-1. Now Arbor hit the bottom of the 3rd.
In the 3rd, no runs on.
as Devin Martin hits that straight to center field, as that is going to be the first out for the Aggies. As now batting for the Aggies, number 25, Alex Skaggs. As the home plate ump relies on first base to call for the first base ump to call to strike. As that hit is fouled back.
Now up to bat, number 4, Devin Martin. First pitch inside and high for ball 1. Cutting on a miss on a 1-1 count to Devin. Ball low, now a 2-1 count. That is ball 4. It'll be a walk for Devin Martin. Now up at the plate, we have number 15, Colton Christman.
As this game does have to be done by 7:30 at the latest, which if it's anything, we're going to hit time.
Yeah. Tries to pick off, does not get it. Picks off one more time. Ball gets away. Runner going for second, and he gets there in time. That is inside and low for ball 1. 1-0 count. It is strike 1.
1-1 count. Cut on a miss as the throw to second is not in time. One-two count now. Score still being 4-1. 2 outs for Arborview. As catcher calls time.
Gets to first for the out. A 4-3 play for the third out, bringing the top of the fourth Pleasant Grove up to hit, leading by three runs, 4-1. Up to bat first, we have number 7, Ryder Huntsman. Cutting on a miss for the first strike. It is inside ball 1. Popped up to right. Right fielder gets there in time. Now bringing up the top of the lineup, Nash Bennett, number 11.
After Nash Bennett, Drew Smith on deck.
Low and outside for ball 1. Hit to right field, gets down. And that's a single for Nash Bennett. Drew Smith, as time is called as the Arborview coach comes out to talk to the pitcher. As the coach believes that Josh Teal still has it in him to end out this, the fourth inning, possibly.
And possibly more to come.
Ball high. That is drilled to left field. Can't get in time. That will be a double for Drew Smith. That will bring Nash Bennett to third base. Now up number 22, CJ Anderson. That is high and away. Nash decides not to go. That will get past the second baseman to bring in Nash Bennett. Drew Smith going for it, and he gets it. 2 runs brought in. Drew Smith and Nash Bennett being brought in by CJ Anderson, now being followed up by Brad Farr.
Okay, I'm going to try to word this the best I can. Is up to bat. And there's people, like there's players on base. If those other
Getting runs in.
those other 2 or 1 or 3 runners in. Like, because pretty much every time on play, someone's going to score. Like, someone scored every time.
Most of the time when he's up to bat, there is someone, and only a couple times this tournament has he not had out on base. So this tournament, he is absolutely killing it in terms of just on base percentage, as that one from Brad Farr is cut to the back on a foul ball. Now a 1-1 count. As now Pleasant Grove leads. As I apologize, I think I cut you off, Zane. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say right to right field, as the right fielder is going to come down with it for the second out of the top 4th inning. But no, I remember it was the first game of the tournament, and Brad came up to us and he was like, "Hey, thank you guys for doing this." I generally thought he was like a college student. I looked at him and I was like, that dude's in college. Because generally looking at him, he looks like he could be in college.
Yeah. RJ Wilson up to bat now. First ball high.
As 3 more innings have to be played in less than an hour.
That one is tipped away for strike 1, a 2-1 count.
as pitcher checks CJ at first.
That one a wild pitch getting away. The 3-1 count to RJ. That is fouled off to the right side.
That
That is
pitch high for ball 4 for RJ Wilson.
as I believe there will be a pitching change now as the coach is coming out one more time.
As Noah Brady's going to come to the plate after this time, and we'll have RJ Wilson and CJ Anderson on first and second, as there will be a pitching change.
Josh Neal coming off the mound for, we will find out in just a second who is subbing in for him. I believe that is number 18, Cy Valdez? Cy Valdez. Noah Brady coming to the plate, going against Cy Valdez on the mound now. Not his hit, deep left field. Center fielder able to get there in time to bring the third out for Pleasant Grove, now bringing the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 count now to number 3, Cash Wagner, sorry. And that ball gets right past the third baseman, number 12, Noah Brady, for a single. That is strike 1. As I don't believe I said this earlier, number 17, Michael Reed, on at the plate right now. Picked off at first. Throw is not in time, just barely. Catcher looking for the throw to first, does not attempt. Who's that? Brad Farr at catcher. A 2-2 count. Foul tip to the Arbor View dugout. Still a 2-2 count. Picked off at first, not in time. That is just a little bit outside, now a full count. Cutting on a miss for a swinging strikeout. Throw to first, not in time. And that will be called player's interference. The runner at first is out. Or batter's interference, sorry. Making that a double play.
As neither of the coaches agree, and the runner's just going to stay at first. Which, I mean, if I was dump, I'm calling that an interference too. He was right in the pathway.
Walked right in front of the path of Brad Farr, trying to throw that to first. which, I mean, it may have not been intentional as he just struck out and was just walking back to the dugout, not realizing that Brad was trying to throw. But that still doesn't matter. He still got in the way, and that would be counted as interference. And even with the interference, the throw was almost in time, just about missed. As now the third baseman coach and the argument, and the umpire are having what seems like the umpire getting kind of mad. And base runner will be called out. Now up to the plate, number 13, Tegan Russin, with 2 outs on the board. First pitch, strike. Second pitch outside, now a 1-1 count. That one hit right back at the pitcher. Just misses him, though. Tegan rounding first for the single. Now up to the plate, we have number 2, Jace DeSantis. First pitch, strike. Runner goes. Inside pitch. Throw is not in time, just barely. Nice throw from Brad, just on the opposite side of the bag. If it was on the right side, then that possibly would have gotten him out. One count. That will be fouled off to the left side. Now a 1-2 count with 2 outs. That'll be fouled off, keeping Jace alive. Swing on him, or cutting on a miss, sorry. Getting the Brad Farr thrown to Mason Henry for the 3rd out of the 4th inning, which will bring the Vikings in the lead by 5 into the top of the 5th, 6-1.
Now batting number 6, Nash Clement. Nash in an 0-2 count. That pitch is low for ball 1. That hit is fouled back.
Oh yeah, the big batter, yeah.
As that hit was to left field but foul.
Now a 1-2 count.
As Nash to left field popped out and is a. As I'm getting distracted because my producer is talking to me while I'm trying to talk. As Nash Clement hits that straight to left field for out number 1 for Pleasant Grove at the top of the 5th. Pleasant Grove still in the lead 6-1. As now batting number 24, Mason Henry. And after Mason Henry, we will have Ryder Huntsman. As Mason takes ball 1. Mason Henry swings and it goes straight to shortstop as they are going to get Mason Henry out at first base for out number 2. As now batting number 7, Ryder Huntsman.
First pitch ball. Second pitch ball low and outside. Third pitch inside, almost hitting him.
Ryder Huntsman in a 3-0 count. As Ryder Huntsman will take ball 4 to advance him to first base. And now at the top of Pleasant Grove's batting order, number 11, Nash Bennett. On deck is Drew Smith.
First pitch strike.
Second pitch, ball 1 for Drew. As that hit is popped up as the third baseman comes in and calls for ball, as that's going to do it for the top of the 5th.
No runs scored there for Pleasant Grove. Still 6-1 going into the bottom of the
Pleasant Grove in the top
fifth.
of the fifth. No runs on no hits. No runners left.
Now on the mound for Pleasant Grove, number 22, CJ Anderson. First at bat going to be Austin Long for Arbor View. First pitch ball. Ball 2 now. Ball 3. Not the best start for CJ as 3 pitches, 3 balls. That one would be called ball 4. As a 4-pitch walk for Austin Long. That ball again right past Mason Henry and past the right fielder, waving down the third base runner, getting 1 run for Arborview, now 2-6. That will be an error triple for number 5, Landon Blias. Now up to bat number 25, J. Alex Scuggs. Strike 1. That is strike number 2. That one is fouled off, still 0-2. J. Alex Scuggs hit by that one right in the thigh, bringing base runners on first and third now. As I believe up to the plate, number 4, Devin Martin.
As, like you said, Boston, C.J. Anderson not having really the best pitching performance right now. But at the same time, you also have to think he's not really a pitcher,
Yeah.
like at all. Because like our main pitchers are Van Haney, Hiram Long, and Keaton Nordic.
Yeah.
We've seen Mason Henry pitch one. We've seen R.J. Wilson pitch one, and now we've seen C.J. Anderson pitch one. And all three of those players aren't.
Runner goes, stealing home and gets there in time. Cuts the lead to 3 now, 6-3.
As there is a pitcher in the bullpen. It looks like it's Keaton Nordic. I can just tell because Keaton always licks his finger before every pitch, so I'm pretty sure that is Keaton Nordic. As coach is going to call time to talk to C.J. Anderson. As C.J. Anderson has already allowed 2 runs, making the score. It used to be 6-1, and now it's only a 3-score game with runners on second.
Leaving it in CJ. A 1-0 count to number 4, Devin Martin.
I think if C.J. Anderson allows one more run or just one more big hit, I think that's when you pull him and put back in Keaton Nordic or Hiram Long. As that hit goes straight to the first baseman, Mason Henry, as he's just going to run to first base and get the easy out. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, he's already allowed 2 runs, and he's been pitching for less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And no hate, C.J. Anderson's such a good player, but he's not a designated pitcher at all.
Yeah.
And so I think if he allows one more big hit or even just one more run, I think that's when you put in Hiram Long or Keaton Nordic back in, as Keaton Nordic is in the bullpen.
I agree, and that was called a balk, giving them a run.
As all the coaches on PG are screaming at the ump saying that was a horrible call.
I don't understand what he did wrong in that situation.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to his feet. That is the biggest part of a balk.
They said he balked.
And if that call stays, it will be 4-6 now.
Which, knowing the umpires, though, they've almost every call that's been argued with the coaches, they've always stand. They never change it.
Yeah, I believe in now the 4 PG games that have been played that there hasn't been a single overturned call. As Coach Henry
As they're gonna
gets off the field now, as the call will stand, being a balk, brings the score 6-4 with 1 out, 1 ball. That'll be an inside pitch now, 2-0. That is a ball high, now 3-0.
As I wish there was like a review system in high school. Obviously, you don't see that in really any of the sports other than like really big high school. But as C.J. Anderson walks another hitter, and I think this is where Coach Henry calls time and takes C.J. Anderson out.
Yep, Coach Henry coming out onto the field, going to bring in, who knows at this point, as we've seen multiple positional players coming in on the mound. As it will take C.J. off as he gave up 3 runs within, I believe, 4 or 5 batters. Now bringing in number 10 for Pleasant Grove, being Maddox Webb, who going to be up to bat first, going against Webb. We have Cash Wagner, I keep saying it wrong. Wagner, number 3, who we saw at the beginning of this game as a pitcher.
So my question is, bring out Keaton Nordic in the first place?
I agree. By Keaton Nordic in the start, having a 3-0 run before he was brought out. Bring in, I'm not sure who is next after Keaton, but then later bringing in CJ just barely, and then giving up 6-1, and then giving up those 3 now to make it 6-4. Maddox picks off.
So from what I'm hearing, the reason we pulled Keaton Nordic out is because we're trying to save his arm for Monday.
Oh, that makes sense.
But
Picked off again.
I don't know. I think if we pull Keaton Nordic, I feel like maybe put, this isn't me glazing, I feel like maybe put Mason Henry back on the back pitching, or even RJ.
Yeah, we did see Mason Henry earlier. 4 pickoffs in a row now by Maddox Webb, yet to throw a single pitch. First pitch, ball gets passed. Ball is thrown, pass ball.
As Drew Smith's glove comes off of him and he's just bare-handing now. I know we are trying to, from what I'm hearing, if it is true, saving Keaton Nordic for Monday. But
at this point, that might not be an option. With only one pitch being thrown from Maddox Webb, being a pass ball leading to a stolen base after 4 pickoffs in a row, and that will be popped up to the first baseman for the second out. As time almost called by Coach Henry there, as he comes out for a second. Now up to bat, I believe that was number 17 to Michael Reed. And then going to be following number 13, Tegan Russin. That will be hit left field. Foul ball for strike number 1. That is hit to the left again. Diving catch there by Drew. Or catches it, stumbles over for the third out. As that will bring the top of the sixth. Pleasant Grove's lead cut down to 2 now, from 6-1 to 6-4.
After 5 complete, Pleasant Grove 6.
As now batting for Pleasant Grove, number 8, Drew Smith. As Drew is going to pop out for out number 1 at the top of the 6th, as this will most likely be the last inning, as this game has to be over in 13 minutes. As now bringing up number 22, CJ Anderson. After CJ, we're going to see Brad Farr. CJ Anderson takes ball 1.
That is popped up to the shortstop for out number 2. Now up to bat, Brad Farr, number 37. Pleasant Grove needing to go on a 2-out rally here to at least keep them in the game or just to run time. First pitch fouled off to the right, 0-1 count. That is ball 1. That is hit to the third baseman, caught the line drive for the third out. On the mound, we still have number 10, Maddox Webb. up to bat first is going to be number 13, Tegan Russin for Arborview. First pitch, check swing, strike one. Second pitch in the dirt for ball one. Ball high, now a 2-1 count. Cutting and a miss for strike two. Now 2-2 count. Ball low, now a full count. Pitches strike three, looking. First out of the bottom of the 6th inning, possibly the last inning, depending on how long this goes for. We have 7 minutes until game time is called. And now up to bat, we have number 2, Jace DeSantis. First pitch, check swing, strike. Second pitch, swinging or cutting a miss for strike two. Now an 0-2 count. Third, getting past the second baseman for a single for Jace DeSantis. Now bringing up number 1, Austin Wong. And then next up after Austin, we're going to have number 5, Landon Blias. That is low ball in the dirt. Runner chooses to stay. Throw to first, not in time. Now a 2-0 count. That is inside and high for ball 3. Now a 3-0 count. That is ball 4. Austin Wong is walked. He gets to first base. Well, Tegan Russin gets to second base, sorry. And now number 5, Landon Blias. First pitch strike. It is swing and it hit to the left field. Throw not in time to home. Getting a single for Landon Blias.
As Arborview only needing one more run to tie this game. As generally you really think about it, we were up by 5 before we pulled Keaton Nordic. And we pulled Keaton Nordic, and now we're only up by 1.
Now at bat, number 25, J. Alex Scuggs, with number 4, Devin Martin, on deck. First pitch, low ball.
I mean, hear me out. If they call time this inning, there's 3 minutes left. If they call time for this inning, you can generally just try to hold them for 3 minutes.
I agree.
Take as much time as you can before it's a delayed game, and then try to get the last 2 outs. That way you don't go into the 7th inning and you take the win.
I agree. I feel like either way they choose to go, by the time they get those 2 outs, it will be game time unless they get a double play off of a line drive catch or something in this. As soon as I speak it into existence, they get the double play to end the inning. Coming out, getting that double play to end out the 6th inning to stop Arborview from coming back to start the top of the 7th, or they will just call game time right then with 2 minutes until 7:30. Pleasant Grove comes out with the win 6-5 against the Arborview Aggies. Anything you have to say about this game, Zane?
Crazy performance. I mean, super, super close game at the end. And Pleasant Grove went undefeated in this tournament, which is crazy.
I agree.
Played really good
Gentlemen,
all
that concludes this
4
evening's
games.
game.
4
Final
games.
score, Pleasant
Yeah, they
Grove
played
6,
good all
Arborview
4
5.
games and never gave up. But
We'd like to
That's
thank
all I have to
all
say.
the good fans from Pleasant Grove for
As
attending
we
this year's
do
Red
have
Rock
a
Classic.
camera malfunction
Thank you so much.
currently,
Please help us out
I
if you choose to leave at this time.
apologize
Take all
for
your
what the
trash
screen
with
looks
you.
like.
Your personal
But
belongings with you as well.
recapping on the
Once again,
entire
thank you
tournament,
for coming,
Pleasant
and
Grove
we'll see you
beat
back next year.
Taylorsville in the first game 11-1. Then they won 10-1 versus Taylorsville was the second game. I apologize.
That was the first one. That's
Tay-
10-1. Dixie, 10-1.
Dixie was the second game, 10-1, and then the third game, as we saw earlier, they won 6-2, and then ending of this game, beating the Aggies 6-5.
Aggies.
Aggies. My bad.
It's all good.
Pleasant Grove being undefeated on the tournament, 4 games, 4 wins, going into high hopes, high spirits onto Monday's game. And against Layton. And I believe that's all that I have to say about this.
Yeah.
Any other comments you have to say, Zen?
Nah, great performance from Pleasant Grove throughout this weekend.
This has been PGSN. I am Boston Harding for the last time tonight, and I'm here with,
Zane Grothy.
and we will see you on Monday.